Alright, good afternoon, grade 9. I am going to do some revision exercises with you as it relates to the exam. So I'm hoping that you will use the opportunity to spend some time watching this video and use the video to assist you in your preparation for the exam. I want you to remember that your exam will be focusing only on family and only that part of family that we have covered. So remember, we started the school year by exploring who am I. Okay, so you have to read up your notes on that. I will be covering that in this revision exercise, but you need to read up your notes on who am I. Okay, you need to also to remember that the handout that you were given, the one that I told my students that it is their Bible straight through to grade 11, that you go over it and over some key terms that you would have come across while you're doing the topics that we have been doing so far. The purpose of this exercise is to look at three things. So, revision exercise, alright, and the purpose of this revision exercise is that we're going to look at types of families. That's number one. Number two, we're going to look at functions of families. Functions of the family. Alright, and the third thing I want us to spend some time looking at are some advantages and disadvantages of each type. Now the intention is not to make this presentation long, so we may not cover all of the advantages and disadvantages, but we will look at a few of them. Okay? So remember now we're going to look at types of family, functions of the family, and some of the advantages and disadvantages of the family. Alright, let's look at the first one. So we're going to look at types of family. Now in looking at the types of family, sorry about that, my notes decided to run out of family. In looking at the types of family, we have to identify at least three key terms. Okay? So, the first key term I want us to remember and to bear in mind is, what is a family? What is a family? Well, you would have remembered in your classes that you were told that a family is made up of, is a group of persons. So a family is a group of individuals related by blood or adoption or marriage, living together under the same roof. Now the key components of this definition that you need to remember is that individuals are related by blood, 1, by adoption, 2, by marriage, 3, right? Not only are they related by blood, adoption, or marriage, but they live together. That's what constitutes them as a unit. They live together under the same roof. So they are not related by blood, adoption, or marriage, and they're scattered all over the place. So that's the general definition for a family. But you also need to remember that families have relations. So the concept of family is not only tied to those who live together under the same roof. Alright? But they are related by blood, relations, blood, relations, which means that cousins, brothers, other relatives, etc., will be living in other households. Okay, but this is a general definition that we use to define what a family is. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the other term that you need to remember, and remember, if at any point in the presentation you don't understand something that I have done, you can simply stop the video, slide the slider backwards, alright, and go back over that area that you don't understand. Alright, so the next thing we need to make identify. So look at the what is a family? So the next question we need to answer is what is a household? What do you think a household is? Well, generally speaking, a household is any group of individuals who live in the same space and share, this is important, and share the responsibilities of running the dwelling place is called a household. So notice the key phrases here. Any group of persons who live in the same space and share the responsibility of running the dwelling place. Alright? So any group of persons here will indicate something very important. What is that? It will indicate that members of a household are not necessarily related. So the members of the household, the persons who live in the household, may or may not be related by blood. Right? So they may not or may not be related, not necessarily related, let's add it, related by blood, marriage, adoption, etc. So they may be total strangers, but they decide that they want to come together and they want to live in the same space and they are going to share the cost of occupying that same space, and so they are considered as a household. It is important though to remember that a household is a type of family. Why is it a type of family? Because they live under the same roof, that's dwelling place. They live under the same roof and they share the responsibility of running the household. They live in the same space. Are we together? So they are a type of family, though they are not related by blood, marriage, and adoption. It is important to understand this distinction because if you choose to do the exam at the CXC level, you will need to know the difference between a family and a household, even though a household falls under the topic family. Are we together? The third concept that is important for us to understand before we look at types of family is, and I want to use a different color for this one. Let's use it. So see what is a union. What is a union? No, it is important. These three terms, family, household, and union. It is important that you understand the three concepts because they are very important, not just for the exam that you will be sitting shortly, but the concepts are very important for you for when you're the exit exam. Exit exam means the external exam, CXC exam. All right. So what is a union? All right. So we say now that a union is the coming together of consenting adults who are from a different, now to put in bracket, or broken family, who are from a different or broken family. Let's go again. A union is the coming together of consenting adults. Let's take this in. And their children. No, that's wrong. My bad. There's no and their children. I'm mixing. I'm thinking of the reconstituted family. But let's leave that one out of it. So let's get the context correct. So union is the coming together of consenting adults who are from different is one. Let's take out that from different family background. Let me not confuse you. From different situations and deciding to live together cohabiting together as a family. That's a union. So an example, we will look at the types of family. Alright, now unions may or may not produce children, and the members function as a family. Alright, so let's run that again. So a union is the coming together of consenting adults. Notice the choice of word, consenting adults. Means that the male and the female agree that they are going to come together, and they are generally from different situations. Different situation here means it could be from a single parent situation, it could be from a singleness situation, it could be from a broken relationship, but they are coming from different situations and deciding to live together or cohabiting. That CO look like H, right? Cohabiting together as a family unit, cohabiting together as a family unit. And the unions may or may not produce children, and the members function. What members? The members, the consenting adults, they function as a family. Okay, so remember now, it is important that you understand the concept family as against household as against union. Alright? Good. Now that we have a better or a clearer understanding of what is a family, what is a household, and what is a union, let's look at the types of family now. Alright? So we are going to look at this topic under the three concepts that we just looked at. Alright? So we're asking what is a family. Alright, look at types of family. So remember now, when we talk about types of family can come in the form of one, family, as we understand family to be, two, household, and three, union. So we're going to look at the types of family under these three subheadings. So the first one we're going to look at is types of family. So what are the types of family that we know? We know there's a nuclear type, nuclear family. So we have the nuclear family, and the nuclear family, from work up, the nuclear family does what? Nuclear family is made up of mother, father, and offspring. That word offspring basically simply means children. So the nuclear family, right, or the legal nuclear family, that is, let me add that in here, right? They are often regarded as the legal or marital family. So the nuclear family, right? It is important that we remember this last part. This last part is important. They are, because there are other types of nuclear families. So I don't want to confuse you, so I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to say now. If you are asked to write or to list the types of families, the nuclear family is one type. But because the nuclear family consists of mother, father, and children, there are other type of family settings that you can think of that would consist of mother, father, and children. Even if the mother, father, and children are step. So one book, it's to be careful now, so I'm going to give you another definition. One book gives a definition for the nuclear family this way. It says that a nuclear family is made up of mother, father, and children. Watch this part now. Biologically, B-I-O-L-O-G-I-C, biologically or adopted, living under the same roof. So what? This is what one definition, another definition for the nuclear family is. Made up of mother, father, and children, biological or adopted, living under the same roof. This phrase is important because it will now explain in a broader context what this is saying and help you to better understand what I'm about to say. So I'm about to say to you what I'm about to say to you to help you understand that what I'm about to say to you is a type of nuclear family. I hope you understand that. Okay? So this is the general definition for the nuclear family. But there are different types of nuclear family. The key to explaining the different types of nuclear family is that it is made up of mother, father, and children. Whether the children are the offspring of the mother or the father, or whether the children are adopted. So another type of nuclear family, I'm going to put this in red, another type of nuclear family, and we are going to look at that when we come to look at some other types of family, but I want you to understand the context. Another type of nuclear family, types of nuclear family, and that would fall within this context. You're taking one or two of this. So another type of nuclear family, no, I shouldn't say another type, I should say other types of the nuclear family are: one, you have the common law union. You remember that? Common law or consensual union. Remember, the common law, the consensual union is made up of mother, father, and children, right? But they are not married. Remember that. So So in this definition, we say that the nuclear family is made up of mother, father, and children, and they are regarded as a legal or marital family. That's the nuclear family. But the key to a nuclear family is that there's a mother, there's a father, and there's a children. So another type of nuclear family would be the common law or consensual union, where you have the mother, you have the father, and you would have children, and then they would live as husband and wife, but they are not married. That would be one type of nuclear family. Another type of nuclear family would be this one. It is called the reorganized. Some books refer to it as the reconstituted. Right? And some books refer to it as the blended family. We're also going to look at that shortly. And you remember that the reorganized or reconstituted or the blended family is the coming together of two broken family units. So husband, father with children would have come into a relationship with mother with children, so they are coming from two different sets of family setting. They like each other, they come together. So the man meets the woman, fall in love, decide that they want to live together. It can be consensual or it can be marital. So the two of them may decide that they want to live together, they're not ready for a marital relationship, or they may be so much in love that they decide that they want to get married. Right? And they bring into that unit the children. So the father brings his children into the context, and the mother brings her children into the context, and so they come together to form reorganized, reconstituted blended family. This type of family is what we generally call step family. There are some who refer to it as step family. So the man's children call the mother stepmom, the mom's children call them the father stepdad, and the siblings call each other stepbrother, stepsister, half brother, half sister. Well, it's not really half because it's a different situation. Stepbrother, stepsister. Are we together so far? But all of this would generally fall under the concept of the nuclear family. So the first type of family we're looking at is the nuclear family. Don't write this as one of the as a nuclear family. Just give the definition for the nuclear family alone. And then you're going to give this now as another type of family, and the common law consensus as another type of family. So the first, but I just wanted you to know that there are also types of nuclear family. That's all I wanted you to know. Alright? So in the event that you should see something like that in the exam, whether this exam or any other exam, you're able to explain yourself. So the nuclear family is one type of family. Another type of family is number one. So number one is, so A is a nuclear family. Alright? The number B, another type of family would be the extended family. And this type of family is also called the multi-generational family. Right? And this term, multi-generation, should basically tell you why it is called that way. So why is this called extended or multi-generational family? It is called that type of family because it is made up of more than 2 generations. So it is made up of more than 2 generations. So the nuclear family is made up of 2 generations. You know that, right? You have parents and children. The multi-generational family would be made up of more than 2. So that parents, children, that's the 2 generation, but it is more than 2 in this context. So you'd have like grandparents, you'd have like cousins, you'd have like aunts, sisters, and all the works. That's why it is called a multi-generational family. It's made up of more than 2 generations. Alright? Takes us to number 3. Another type of family. So another type of family in 1, 2, 3. So let's see. So another type of family now would be the single parent family. Alright? Single parent family is that type of family that's made up of, finish it for me. Very good. One parent and offsprings. Remember, the word offsprings here refer to the children that they have in the family. That's what offsprings mean. So, one parent and offsprings. Now, the single parent family, let's see the color. The single parent family comes about or is made as a result of several situations. Basically, most of the situations are tragic situations. So, how are single families created? Alright? How are single parent families created? Now, what I'm going to put is not the limit to how they are created, because any circumstance that brings about just a parent and their children and his or her children living together and caring for each other, any situation that creates that, then that would be one of the factors that create a single parent family. But I'm going to look at about between 3 and 5. So one factor could be, tell me, death, very good. So if one of the parent dies, then it leaves the other parent just children. Another factor could be migration. I hear that, very good. Migration, one parent migrates and leaves the other one with the child. That parent may or may not send support for the remaining parent and the children, but the reality is that it is the remaining child and the remaining parent who has the responsibility of growing that child. Alright? Another reason for a single parent family, did I hear you say divorce? Very good. Alright? So the marital relationship, let's say in the context of a nuclear family, the marital relationship has broken down and the consenting adults, the mother and father, realize that they can't live together comfortably in the relationship. And so, for whatever the circumstances, maybe they decide that the best thing to do is to go their separate ways legally, right? And so they decide to take to divorce. And out of that, the court will decide who gets the children or who gets which child. All right. Another reason that could cause a single parent family to be created would be, what did you say? Desertion. Very good. Desertion has to do with one parent who run away, doesn't feel that he or she is capable of assuming the parental responsibility of taking care of a child. So he or she runs away without any excuse, just disappear, right? And so the other person, the other party, takes the responsibility, or is left with the responsibility of caring for the child. Can you give me another one? There's another one that I need to hear from. Very good. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it from you. It's called legal separation. The relationship breaks down, right? And there's a lot of conflict, there may be abuse, but whatever the circumstances, the relationship breaks down, and so you'll find that the matter comes to the court, and the court decides the best thing for you. We're not going to grant you a divorce. We're going to see how best we can mediate and help bring the family unit back together, because no court desires to break up any family. So they're going to see, before granting the divorce is the final straw. So before granting the divorce, they decide that they are going to allow both parties to live. The court makes an order, and that is key, right? When persons separate with a court order, it's almost like desertion. One part deserted the other. But in this case, it is a court that makes a decision, right? That the adults should separate, and during the separation, they will make an attempt to see if they can bring the parties back together through mediation. Mediation means that they're going to bring in family counselors, people like those, so that they can help both parties to navigate, to discuss, to work through the issues that they are having that is causing a breakdown in the relationship. And so so during that period of time, the parties live together and the court will award one or the other custody of the child or children, right? So that will create a single parent situation. One just popped in my head and I want to just share it with you. All right. Decision to have child, but not settle with the other partner. In an age like today where many people, a lot of people are career oriented, right? There's going to reach a point in their life, especially for women, there's going to reach a point in their lives where there's a desire to have a child. And so they will scout, maybe it's the wrong word, I don't know, but that's popping in my head right now. They will scout for a suitable partner that they would like to have a child with, but they have no desire to marry or to settle down with the partner. They don't even want the partner to be involved in any aspect of their life. So they don't want any money from the individual, they don't want any guidance from the individual, they don't want any form of support, emotional support, nothing. They just want a child. And so the female would woo a male, the male would get her pregnant, and then the relationship goes about their, two persons go about their business. A child is brought into the world and the female takes care of her child. Alright? So that creates a single parent situation. And as I said earlier, there are other situations. These are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 that I've given you. But any situation that can crop up that will cause a family to be broken up and leave only one parent with their children, the offspring, then that's a single parent situation. Alright? So that covers 3 types of families. Then we mentioned it earlier. Let's take a CD. We have the reconstituted or reorganized family. Constituted or reorganized or a blended family. Alright? And this type of family is made up of 2 different sets of families coming together. And I did explain that earlier. So it is not a complete set, so it's 2 sets of families coming together. And they have indicated that the members are generally from broken relationships. So mother plus children meet father. This is one type of family unit, coming from one type of family unit, meets father plus children. This is the second, and they meet together. Let's change that now. That means married, and they come into a union. So mother and father meet, and they bring the children into the union. Are we together? And that is called the word reconstitute means to put back something together. Alright? Or reorganize means that there was something in place before, it got damaged or broken, and so you're putting it back together. Or blended, you're merging 2 things together. That's what the reconstituted family is. You're merging aspects of 2 different family units that have been broken, you're merging them together. Are we? together. And so that's a reconstituted family. Let's clean that up quickly. Got a reconstituted family. All right. So that's 4 types of family. Now remember, now we said that the family falls within the context of family, household, and union. So this one, A, B, C, D, E, the sibling household is a type of family, but it is a household, right? And it is made up of, what did you say? Remind me, man. It is made up of siblings living together under the same roof with the eldest sibling, or it may not necessarily be the eldest, it may be the more mature sibling taking charge of running the household / family. Okay, so that's a sibling family, right? So the oldest one, or the more mature, because the oldest one may not be the more mature one. The oldest one maybe is sickly, or may have some physical challenges, etc. So the oldest one is unable to do the job. So it's the oldest one, or the more mature sibling, who take charge of the family, make sure that the other siblings are taken care of. So the eldest or the more mature one acts the role of parent and looks after the family. Okay? Let's look at two more types of family quickly. Alright. A, B, C, D, E, F. So we have F now. So we did that, which takes us to union. Alright. So now we have the common law. And another name for common law is consensual union. The common law consensual union. And as is the case when we're looking at the nuclear family, we have mother, father, and offspring, biological or adopted, living under the same roof. Watch this now. This is important. They live under the same roof, but they are not married. They are not married. That's the difference between the common law and the traditional nuclear family. You notice the word I just used? Traditional nuclear family. The traditional nuclear family is the one in which they are married. Right? The common law or the consensual is one where they function just like the traditional nuclear family, but the couple, the man and wife, they are not married, but they operate just like this type of family. But they are a union. The union is coming together. They are a union. Let's look at the last one now. So can I click? Let's see that one. Alright, the last type of family now. Now I want to put this one now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This one is called FRIEND, friending, or VISIT, visiting union. Now this is a type of family setting in which one partner visits the other, generally for sexual favors, and may produce children. Alright? So they don't live together. They don't live permanently together. Alright? So that's a visiting union. Anytime the relationship graduates where they start to live together, then that type of family no longer exists. It probably will change into a common law union. So the man and the woman may not move in together, not married, so it may become a common law union. Or one may propose to the woman or vice versa, and they decide to get married, and so it becomes a nuclear family. So this type of family, right, is not a permanent living situation, right? The man or the woman may visit the other partner and generally just spend the night for sexual favor. Well, it's not necessarily a night. They may spend a week or they may spend a couple of days. But the other one generally move away, go back to where he's from or wherever he's come from. So they only pop in and pop out if you understand the context. Alright? But anytime they decide that they're going to settle down together, then this type of family, right, changes from a friend in a visiting union to a consensual common law or a nuclear family type setting. Are we together? Now, I had said to you initially that I am going to look at 3 topics, but I'm going to stop this video presentation at this point so that you can digest what we said about the types of family. And the second video that I'm going to do, I didn't plan to do that initially, but for the purpose of you being able to go through it at your own pace, and like instead of having one video being very long, alright, I'm going to stop the video right now. So this present one will stop, will be only on types of family. And then we are going to do another presentation, which is number 2, which will focus on functions of the family. It was nice having you in class today. I trust that the exercise today serves as a means of assisting you in the revision exercise. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.